Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium, the home of cricket in the UAE, for the Sharjah Cricket Presents CBFS Juniors League 2022. The Under 17 tournament is well underway, and this afternoon we have a family fight, so to speak. It's Desert Cubs A Under 17s taking on their academy teammates, Desert Cubs B. Going to be an absolutely fascinating match. So let's look forward to the toss details very, very soon. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gents. We're here out at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium for Desert Cubs A versus Desert Cubs B in the CBFS Juniors League Under 17s. News from the toss is that Desert Clubs A have won the toss and they will bat first. So it's a family affair. And speaking of family affair, joining me in the box, a very prestigious and well-known personality of the UAE cricket scene, Mr. K.R. Nair, the media director of Sharjah Cricket. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, Avid. It's a pleasure to be here, and that too when juniors are battling for a good performance and come out fantastically in their performance.
Absolutely. It's a window dressing for selection into the under 19s, in my opinion. Right then, Desert Cubs B with the new ball, and they'll start proceedings with a wide. So far, the home sides of Sharjah Cricket Academy A and B, they have got one victory each in the tournament. Telecherry took them very close yesterday evening, a final over thriller. But it's such a great sight, sir, to see so many youngsters out here competing at the home of cricket in the UAE, isn't it?
It must be a great feeling to play at this historic stadium, which has hosted the maximum number of one-dayers.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, hit in the air. Mid-on, circling, and it's beyond his reach. Good effort by the young lad, but they will scamper for two. So the batters are officially underway. Not a convincing shot, they sir, dragging it onto the leg side.
He went for that shot because he knew that players are inside the circle and he wanted, but he couldn't connect it properly. Had he sprinted a bit faster, maybe he could have reached it.
Yeah, it's early afternoon here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Quite hot and humid out there. Challenging conditions for these young boys. But their commitment level and attitudes have been absolutely sensational.
In this summer, to be playing is really fantastic. In fact, a poet once said, cricket to those who love it is worship in summer sun. So that's what it happens here.
Absolutely. Well, it's like a round-the-clock season here in the UAE. 24/7, 365. As much cricket as possible. Meanwhile, the umpires, I think they've just had a bit of a malfunction with some of their hardware. Just getting that fixed. So all systems go once again after that brief delay. Solidly punched off the back foot there. Rakesh Murari, the opener for Desert Clubs A alongside Aryan Chopra. And it's Sujal Desai with the new ball for Desert Clubs B. So a lot of youngsters, sir, trying to make a name for themselves. And what a stage for them, having these matches live streamed on the Sharjah Cricket Stadium YouTube page and Facebook channel. What an opportunity. Oh, edged over the keeper. And short third man just about cleans it up. So yet to see a convincing shot played by anybody.
They all know their weakness, each other, as they practice together. In fact, it is friends versus friends who are playing there. So it is must be a really interesting feeling for both the teams.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I really hadn't thought about that, but you're spot on. There is a saying, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. So it's all about the Desert Cups this afternoon. Nicely played. Quick single, bit of hesitation, but the cover fielder was right on that inner circle. So steady stuff from Sujal. And looks like a pretty good batting surface here. It usually is, sir.
When Sujal Desai's run-up is right and is in rhythm, he is spot on. So what he needs to work on is his approach to the wicket. And once he does it, I think he can bowl at better line and length.
Yeah, has a bit of a stuttering run-up. Not quite found his rhythm just yet. Short, trying to force it through the covers, just getting a toe into the bat. That will conclude the first over of the day, 7 for none. Arham Jain taking the new ball. Oh, wonderful punch through extra. There is a sweeper out there. And Rakesh Murari, he's settled in well already. A hint of swing there for the young fast bowler for DCB.
That was perfectly placed, opening the bat and finding the gaps. But it's beautiful that when you middle the ball so well.
Hitting the toe end of the bat there. Quick single taken. So Aryan Chopra will also get off the mark quite safely. Oh, leading edge. Just falling short of that short third man. They will scamper for one. So just getting a hint of extra bounce, Arham Jain.
He has got the height and a high action, which is making him move the ball inside. His approach is good. He is on the spot.
Yeah, already a tall lad for his age. Must be only about 15, 16. But he must be about 5'9", 5'10". Oh, down the leg side. And well, there are special rules in place for age cricket. A wide is a legal delivery, but it will cost you 2 runs. I think that's helpful in these very sweltering conditions.
It's important to control wide spot on, because one day is made up of that.
Punch down the ground and good fielding at mid-on. That was needed. That is one thing that has really struck me, sir. The fielding standards of all of these academy boys and girls are absolutely wonderful.
It's a beautiful sight to see a fielder dive and stop, and that too a young boy.
Oh, bottom edge and fine leg is in the circle. It's a desperate chase, but that will hit the fence. First boundary of the day for Desert Cubs A, and that's a good over, productive one. 17 for none after 2. So Sujal will continue. Oh, once again, toe end of the bat and out of the reach of the mid-on. Just got his feet in the wrong position there. And, oh, despairing dive. Well, has that hit the fence? I think it just might have. There's.
That was really a risky shot. And see the way he had played it, just out of reach. A little more sprint and he could have got onto it. And brilliant effort. That is what makes cricket looks beautiful.
Absolutely. Oh, easy punch down the ground in the slot. And just a check drive there from Aryan Chopra. He moves into double figures with style.
That is a lovely shot played. Perfectly placed in the gap, and he has got the reward for it.
Yeah, that was a bit too full there from Sujal. He doesn't quite have the speed to bowl that length. Needs to just pull it back. There's going to be some adjustments in the field. They're bringing that deep square leg in and pushing the mid-off back to the boundary. So they want to protect that region against Aryan. Both batters off to a quick start. 10.71. So that's a very positive trend indeed for DCA. Once again, and he takes a single exactly to that spot where the fielder was pushed back. Good batting.
Nothing like both the openers getting into double figures and at the score of 26 for no loss. A good start indeed.
Absolutely. We saw a 181 run opening stand between Ayan Afzal Khan, the under-19 World Cup hero, and Aryan Saxena. What a talent he is. Pushed to mid-on, but a dot ball. You were telling me, sir, that you had done a feature on young Aryan Saxena. Tell us more about him.
Aryan Saxena was performing brilliantly in one of the G-Force tournaments which was held in Al Jadaf. And I was very impressed by the way he played, the confidence which we batted.
Oh, he's a special player. Oh, this has been launched down the ground. And it will go all the way for the first maximum of the day. That's a biggie.
It was well picked, well hit, and it deserved a 6. Very well. I can see the confidence swelling in the batsman, and he can play on. Looks like he has settled down and sighting the ball well.
Yeah, that's a big shot. Climbing into that one and no chance for the long on. In fact, they were ducking in the dugout as well. Once again hit in the air. This time not controlled. Long off. Oh, he takes a wonderful catch. It's Sarang Anil Kumar at long off, and Sujal Desai has got the wicket to his name.
This is what happens if you hit too much in the air, especially when a fielder is there. Luck sometimes doesn't favor you.
Yeah, one shot too many, a rush of blood there. Just a hint of a slower ball, bowled it wider, getting the toe end of the bat, and that's a good catch under pressure. So Desert Cubs A have lost their first wicket. It's 32 for 1. So Aryan Chopra, well, now the responsibility is on him to build the innings. Rakesh Murari throwing away a good start. Still a pretty healthy run rate considering it's the power play. They've started at 10 RPO plus. But like you mentioned, these boys, they train with each other. They play against each other regularly, so they know their strengths and weaknesses. Oh, this is picked up towards the leg side. And I think that's gone all the way for 6. What a pickup shot, Aryan Chopra.
It is a treat to watch that shot. Picking up cleanly from the middle and whacking it. See, the way he got follow through all along, and it is a 6 from the moment it left his bat.
Yeah, that was some brute strength, bottom hand coming through. It's the skipper, Hriday Savnani, coming in at one drop. Tall, elegant right-hander. And nicely punched down the ground. That's the right approach. You hit a big boundary and then just stroll to the other end.
The beauty of Arham is that he uses his height, and if he pitches it right, it is a bit tough for the batsman because the ball really comes in. So what he has to concentrate is how to bring the ball in on a good line and length. He has a bright future if he can work hard on his bowling.
Absolutely spot on. There's now a deep cover and a long off in place for Hriday. Nice punch to extra, but can't quite find the gap. So Desert Cubs A, they got a victory in the first game. And Desert Cubs B, I believe they lost their first match. So a crucial encounter for the B side. But they're very well matched. A and B are just letters, not a measure of their quality, I feel. And this time, just ease down the ground for 1. He's a tall batter. That's quite the trend these days in especially white ball cricket. A lot of the batters are much taller, much bigger. The likes of Tim David, Liam Livingstone, Kieran Pollard, Andre Russell, they are proper muscle men.
He has the features to build on because he has long leg, long hands, everything, which makes a bowler.
Nicely punched to the right of cover. Does well to keep it to 1. So still a productive over for DCA. 41 for 1 after 4 overs. Sujal will continue his spell. Oh, toe end of the bat once again. Aryan trying to be aggressive. He's a bit disappointed with himself to have missed out. That was in the slot there, but he's moved into the 20s in good time.
Reaching 20s, always a good feeling because that was the score when your name will appear in the newspaper. Years ago when local newspapers used to publish the local reports.
Well, no man knows better than Mr. K.R. Nair himself. He is the encyclopedia of UAE cricket. You must have watched at least 100,000 hours of live cricket, sir, at the very least.
I've been lucky for me this venue is special because from 80s I've been reporting here and almost over 200 ODIs.
Good looking flowing drive there, couldn't find the gap. Well, if you have watched 200, what were you doing for the other 40? 45 rather.
Some of them which was the associate matches which came in, which a few I must have missed it, but I made sure I'm here most of the time with Mashar Khan as part of, Mashar Khan also is part of the stadium, all the time here, and it's a joy that I have been able to be here.
Oh, absolutely. I clearly remember as a youth immediately flipping over my Khalij Times or Gulf News to read the latest cricket reports and reading your articles. It's been part of our growing up in the UAE. Of course, today it's all about social media. So that's why you've got a very lively blog running and gets plenty of interest in that as well. And we always get our updates of UAE cricket from you. And we're still very thankful that you've still got your eye for the news and all happenings of the UAE cricket scene.
I think the beauty of the blog is that I am still in touch. I know who is Aryan Chopra, who is Sujal Desai, and other things. That makes me feel good.
Oh, Apish, they will scamper for 1. And that's a good over from Sujal. 1 for 25. Still 1 over to go in the power play though. 44 for 1. So Akit Jayaratne, the left arm spinner, into the attack. Final over of the power play. It's been a good one for DCA. But losing the wicket of Rakesh Murari, he'd be disappointed with his shot. Taking a look at the field for Akit Ringfield on the offside. A long off and a deep mid wicket in place. Hriday just looking to build an innings here. Just punched off the back foot to the left of that long off. And this boy Sarang Anil Kumar, he'll be a key batter for DCB and a very good leg spinner is in his own right. Got a few man of the matches in the under 14 stage. He'll be looking to continue that rich vein of form in the senior boys level. Punched off the back foot. Only going to be one though.
Akit has a lovely action, right on spot, and he's using the punch to get the runs. That's good.
Oh, picked up by Hriday towards long on and safely clearing the ropes for a big maximum. That's a top shot.
And that he showed the guts to come out and hit it. That is what is needed. Look at that. Reach there. Beautifully picked and hit elegantly.
Brings up the 50 for Desert Cubs A, and like you mentioned, reach. He used it to perfection. Big tall lad, must be about 6'1", 6'2" already at the age of 16. And when I was out there for the toss in their first match, I had to look up. I was wondering, is this boy really 16 years old? Absolutely like a tree.
It's a blessing to, especially in cricket. But doesn't mean, because we had some of the shortest people being greats like Gavaskar and Tendulkar.
Lofted. Oh, it's been put down. That could have been very close. The mid-on. It was hit firmly, but he lost his footing. He tripped. And it's struck him on the shoulder. Hopefully the young man is all right. Just looks a bit dazed. And looking at the turf, what happened there? There you can see he just tripped. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Thankfully, he seems to be all right. He's on his feet. I guess his pride is bruised more than his shoulder.
He tried it. He tried hard, but then unfortunate. But then you have to take catches. Catches win matches, isn't it?
Very productive power play for DCA. 57 for 1 after 6 overs. So here comes Sarang immediately into the attack after the power play. Bowls very decent leg spin and a really solid top order batter. Been very impressed with this young man. And his action is quite familiar, sir. I will challenge your encyclopedia. Try to guess who he reminds you of.
Oh, that was a brilliant delivery. I've been repeatedly writing his name, so I know that he is consistent and he has won many man of the matches, and so it was very nice that he's in form in this tournament.
Yeah, he's been very, very good. Oh, leading edge towards short third man. They will scamper for 1. Good call there by the skipper. Of course, when the ball goes behind point and the leg umpire, it's the non-striker's call. So Hriday, he's looking switched on there. 13 off 9 with a big 6 already. And sir, you haven't told me who his bowling action reminds you of.
Is it to one second? closer to Shane Warne to a certain extent because, the moment I am think about Abdul Qadir, but only thing he didn't have that sway from the, when he comes in. That was the beauty of it.
Of course, the legend who passed away too soon, Shane Keith Vaughan. Even Abdul Qadir himself, we lost him too early. Oh, that's in the air. Just dropping short of the extra cover. He is getting a lot of spin and bounce already. That's excellent bowling from Sarang.
I've been really lucky to see Abdul Qadir the first time when he played here, and it was a treat for everybody.
Lofted. So they are determined to counter-attack Sarang, but he's bowled a very, very good over. Only 4 runs off it, and he's getting some turn and bounce. 61 for 1 after 7. So Akit continues. Expensive first over. Got picked up for a 6 down the ground from Hriday, who's on 16 of 12. Short delivery, pumped off the back foot, but couldn't find the gap at mid-wicket there. He's missed out. But now the field has clearly been spread for the left-arm spinner.
That is what is needed. He should think and bowl, induce the batsman to go for a shot that will land up in the hands of the fielders he has positioned.
30-run partnership in good time. So both batters looking comfortable. This time he works it towards square leg. 2 sweepers out there, a mid-wicket and a deep square leg. So clearly DCP have settled into a run-containing position. And sir, we were talking about the icon that was Shane Warne. What are your memories of him playing at this very hallowed turf?
Shane Warne, the picture you can see, those on that in the stadium behind the bowler, the big poster. I'm happy that I was there when when he was in action in those matches, because I never missed any of the CBFS series matches, and I was witness to Tendulkar's hit against him.
Lofted down the ground. Long on is very square, but he does well there. Sarang, he's a man always grabbing the spotlight. And well, sir, if you think about it, when Shane Warne retired in 2007, most of these lads were probably a few months old or a year old.
Yes.
But still some of them are inspired by his heroics.
Yes. You know what is his famous quote? To me, cricket is simple game. Keep it simple and just go out and play. That is Shane Warne's famous quote to players. He had come here often and even addressed players, and I was witness to his test series where he virtually ran through Pakistan. One of the finest display of leg spin bowling.
Indeed, way back in 2002, 68 for 1 after 8 overs. DCA looking very solid indeed. So Sarang will continue with his leggies. Sweep shot, nicely played by Hriday. Getting low, right to the pitch of the ball and controlled it beautifully.
I like he has a turn and he's bowled spot on. Very good action. He has a bright future if he can keep working hard on the art of leg spin.
All lofted. Mid-off has been pushed back, so pretty safe shot for Aryan. Yeah, he's got a very good leggies action. It's not quite over his head and not quite completely perpendicular to his head. It's just in the right position over the ear. There you go. So he gets that big rip on the ball. It will be interesting to see if he has the googly as well. I'm sure he does.
All these things, the more you practice, the more perfect you become. That is what he should be doing. And he must be doing because he is under the watchful eyes of a team of coaches led by Presley.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, playing across the line. That's not a good shot against the leggy who's getting genuine turn.
I think if he can bowl on the middle and off, it can make it difficult for the bowler.
Just forcing it onto the leg side. Only one mid-wicket in the circle, so that's a safe single. Direct hit. And, sir, one thing that really annoys me in cricket, the ricochet of the direct hit, and it goes for overthrows. I feel that is penalizing a good effort by the fielders. I think that needs to be taken out of the game. That's just my point of view.
Many of the rules which we never thought will be changed is being changed. So God knows, sometimes it can happen, but then it's an art. You throw it.
Pulled away with some force there by Hriday. And another steady over from Sarang comes to an end. Only singles off it. 73 for 1. So a new spinner being introduced. Akit has been rested. Oh, that's a poor delivery. Swept away. Acres of space there. And they can absolutely walk this to Joshua, the new bowler into the attack.
Joshua seemed to have flighted the ball more than he should have, and he went for a sweep because batsman itself was surprised by the kind of that delivery.
Yeah, his eyes must have lit up there when he saw that length and flight. Big hit this time towards mid-wicket. Into the gap, and that will be a boundary. Well calculated. Slog sweep from Hriday.
He unleashed that shot from the moment it was flighted, and that got him the reward.
Yeah, he's looking to line up Joshua here. Already conceded 6 runs in 2 deliveries, so has to be careful, the young leggy. Full toss and hit absolutely straight as an arrow. That's a top shot by the skipper.
That ball deserved to be hit, and the bowler in no way should be sad that the ball did go for a... Because you need to, when you flight it, you need to have a line and length.
Yeah, not getting that dip on the ball just yet. Oh, there's the googly. And turned to that only fielder in the leg side circle, the mid-wicket. So Joshua, he has some skills about him. That was a good one. 50 partnership has been raised in good time. Oh, once again that paddle sweep. Square leg will have to run around. And are they going to push for 3 here? No. In fact, it's gone for a boundary.
The ball went like, should I go to the boundary or not? And finally it decided, I will cross.
14 runs off this over from young Joshua. It's been expensive. He's been a bit all over the place. And that run rate is looking very, very ominous indeed. Just a tick below 9. Excellent batting by Desert Cubs A. Once again a straight hit. And once again it will hit the fence. Hriday Savnani has marched into the 40s in quick time. 18 runs off the over. 91 for 1. And with that, at the halfway mark, we will take a drinks break.
This is to speak. Welcome back after the first drinks break. Especially the drinks are very, very important, especially on a summertime. And we have with us a special person who is none other than Mashar Khan. Welcome, Mr. Mashar Khan, to the
Thank you, KR.
commentary
It's
board.
wonderful to be here with you on the commentators box, watching this lovely tournament, the CBFS league for the juniors. And I think it's a great feeling to see these youngsters play and develop themselves into good cricketers. And I think all the teams are quite competitive, and the quality of cricket played it's really improving as we go on and on.
Exactly as you said, this is a brilliant one that you have organized, especially for juniors, because that is from where players will come and blossom to become UAE players.
Certainly, I think the quality of cricket is improving day by day, and I think our CEO, Mr. Khalid Bukhatir, is really keen to develop junior cricket, and that's where I think we are doing well in the international arena also, with the under-19 doing well, the women's under-19 doing well, and the senior team as well are doing well.
As we were speaking, Sean Anthony was hit for a boundary by Aryan Chopra, well picked up, and that's a brilliant delivery, and it was missed, and it is by the wicketkeeper too, and they have taken a double, and the score goes to 95 for 1. Mashar, when you see this, because you have seen over the years how cricket has grown, how important it is to give a platform for these youngsters?
Oh, it's very important, Kiar. I think more matches played, and that's how, the cricket, you can develop cricket amongst the kids. I mean, cricket is not only just practicing at the nets, it's right at the center of the field. And the more matches you give, and that's how these boys will improve, I'm sure.
It must be a great feeling when you decided that let these boys play on a wicket, which is where the legends of the game played. And that itself is an inspiration, isn't it?
Of course, it's a big inspiration, not only for the players, but for the parents also, who are so elated that, their kids are playing here at the center of the wicket. And as you know, that we recently completed the under-12 and under-14 tournaments, and that was full of excitement to watch. And we will continue now that we are again starting our T20 Bukhatir League in the next few days. So that will also be again for the seniors. So we will continue to support cricket as per the guidance of Mr. Bukhatir. And that's how Sharjah is known to be the home of cricket in the UAE.
While we were speaking, the Desert Cups has reached the 100 mark. 100 for 1, a brilliant start. And going on about what we were talking about, see, it says on the roof, platform to perform. Isn't it nothing more than a platform to perform?
Definitely, it is a bigger platform to perform. I think, these boys who are doing well in this tournament will definitely be highlighted for other senior tournaments. And then, this is a pathway for them to get into senior cricket. And then the best part is that they can represent the UAE, which is not easy for being all expatriates living here. I think it's a blessing in disguise that, this is their second home, and there's an opportunity for them to get into the colors of the UAE and represent their second home as in the national team.
Especially, it all started here. That's what Sharjah Cricket Council is about, and Sharjah Cricket, here it began. So the story continues. And how do you feel when you look back over the years on how the cricket has grown here?
Well, honestly, it takes me back to 1975, when when we came in here and we were playing on a subca ground on a cement tracks, and if you dive, then your elbows are hurt, and that sort of a grounds we used to play. And fortunately, the people behind cricket, Mr. Bukhatir and his team, made sure that cricket is developed into with better grounds, with the opportunity for expatriates to come here and settle down, make their livings, and also play cricket. So today it's a proud moment for us that we have got 3 international stadiums, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah, and plus so many ovals which are mushrooming all across. And people are now shying away from playing on cement tracks. So they have got a lot of opportunity to play on turf wickets. And I think this one, I think he stumped very well taken by the keeper. And she tried to dance down and hit it hard, but missed the line of the ball completely. So Aryan Chopra departs for 41.
That stumping must have made you proud, because you yourself has been a brilliant wicket keeper, and even at this age you keep wicket. So I am sure that when you are on air and this happened.
Yeah, you know, wicket keeping is it's a gift. It's a gift. Wicket keepers not everyone can become a keeper. I suppose you have to be a gifted player to become a wicket keeper. So I think these boys, I've seen some youngsters at 12 years old also. They are very energetic. Their footwork is good. Wicket keeping means you have to have proper footwork. It's not only your hand job, but you have to play with your feet. So the more agile you are, you go behind the ball and keep the wickets. It becomes easier. And at times, KR, the ball starts talking to you, because you become so confident that you know what is coming in, what is going out, which is turning, whether it's a googly or the off break or a leg break. The ball keeps talking to you, and that's how you become a good keeper, I suppose.
And how important is about the equation between the bowler and the wicket keeper? In your way playing days too, the bowler used to signal on what kind of a delivery is going to bowl?
No, if you keep wickets consistently to a bowler, then automatically both of them have got an eye contact, which you know what he's going to bowl, and you don't see at times the bowler running in. You just see the ball being delivered. So that is how you concentrate on what is happening. And I think we have seen some very good keepers in the senior teams recently. And if these youngsters are trained properly, if they are given an opportunity to do some support by professionals who have done well in on the field, that will help them a lot. Wicket keeping is not goalkeeping. Wicket keeping, you see, a best wicket keeper is a guy who stands up and does the keeping, rather than a boy who's standing behind and diving around and taking catches. So.
But do you think wicket-keeping job has become tougher with Dusaras and all kinds of, even the fourth delivery coming in?
I don't think so. In those days also, in the earlier days, they were brilliant spinners who used to, like Erapalli Prasanna to Bishan Singh Bedi to, Abdul Khader. These were geniuses. And then to keep them wickets, I'm sure you have to be a good keeper to stand up to them. Maybe it would have been easy to keep Dennis Lilly or McGraw, things, such bowlers, because you stand back and any nick, you just dive in and pick it up. So standing up and keeping wickets, like Alan Knott was the greatest keeper I would rate him as. So good to see these boys are concentrating and learning, and these boys, I think, getting an opportunity to be away from their computer games and being on the field. That is a good thing for them, and then it keeps them fit. And there's a new batsman in here, Akshat Rai. Going back to the score, it's 109 for 2, and this one is off the back foot. He just heaves it away to the mid-wicket region, single.
Hriday going on strong with 43, and Sean Anthony trying to strike a good line and length, and it's a good score when you compare. 110 for 2 is a very impressive score.
That's right, yeah. I think, by the way, both these teams are under one banner, which is the Desert Cubs. And Desert Cubs have been an academy who's been involved with the junior development for a long time in this part of the world, and they have done well. They have, they have a structured academy, and it's good to see these academies who have just come up recently they are also doing well, and there's so much demand for the academies, KR, these days that these academies are pretty busy because they get these boys get an opportunity to be coached and trained, and now that social media is so strong, these boys follow cricket on television and they try to emulate the stars.
In fact, remember, Mashur, and we both went for a function of Desert Cups, and we were shocked to see so many coaches being there, and all of them working hard, isn't it?
That's true. I mean, I think a special mention should be mentioned to all the coaches who are involved with these academies, who are doing a yeoman service for these schoolboys who come into their academies and start learning cricket. And what I have noticed is that the cricketers at the age of 7 and 8 are also joining the wagon, which shows a good sign for the development of cricket in UAE.
The more the merrier, as we say.
Yes.
But as long as, one of the reasons that UAE under 19 won the plate event is one of the products of these academies, isn't it? The coaches deserve a pat, and the youngsters working hard.
Definitely, I totally agree with you, and I think that this hats off to these coaches, who are, most of them are ex-cricketers from this part of the world, or they have come from abroad and taken up these assignments. But that shows that there is a lot of potential amongst our boys, because KR 20 years back, 15 years back, this was not the standard of cricket. Now there's a lot of improvement in the standard of cricket, in the standard of fielding, and the physical fitness and the commitment by these youngsters, which is a very good sign for UAE.
And it's also nice to see that Khurram Khan, who has become the coach of the Sharjah Cricket Academy, and all of them coming back into cricket and contributing for the game.
Well, Khurram has been one of the, I would rate him the best captain ever UAE had. And what a great player. Single-handedly, he brought us into the World Cup qualifiers. So his presence as the head coach in Sharjah, I think it's a very good decision by the management here to bring him on board and give him the reins of these young cricketers. And I'm sure over a period of time he can definitely bring out the best of cricket amongst these youngsters.
Damir Ali continuing to bowl brilliantly, maintaining his line and length, but this time he has put a full toss, and fortunately there was a fielder, otherwise it would have raced to the boundary. And the score is now 117 for 2.
After 14 overs.
After 14 overs, yes.
There's a bowling change at the far end. It's going to be Nemika Bentota. Bowling is off spinners. Starts off with a wide.
Yes, a good action. And what is everyone looking forward is Hriday is 50. He is on 48 of 31 balls.
This one is played towards the long on region for a single. And Akshat Rai moves on to 5.
It's a treat to watch you using the feet against the spinners anytime, isn't it?
Sure. This one is picked up and driven straight to the long on region again for a single. So Hriday moves on to 49, inching towards his half century. And score moves on to 121 for 2.
Akshat Rai faces. and he drives it very well to long off, and will they get it? No, they don't want a second. And so, will this delivery give Hriday his half century? He deserved it. He played brilliantly.
It's true. Oh, that's reverse sweeps. Takes a single to returns for a double, so that he goes on to 51, and a good half century by Hriday Savnani, and that's the.
He took 33 balls to reach there, and really marvelous to play a reverse sweep and get it. Really gutsy, man, isn't
Very
it?
gutsy, I would say so, you know. This one is heaved away again towards the long off region for a single.
I like the way he checked the shot.
I saw Akshat, he was driving well, you know, he's middling the ball well, and, you know, he's checking the ball. And he seems to be, you know, using his footwork well. At the end of the over, 15th over, 125 for 2.
It's a pleasure to have you amidst your busy schedule with regard to the stadium and cricket affairs.
It's a pleasure. I always love, you know, at times to take off time and enjoy cricket. And this one has been, he goes down and plays it towards the mid-wicket region, and turns back for the second. So Hriday is now trying to up the score. Good use of the feet. There's a new bowler, Tanmay Sharma, from the other end, from the football stadium end. As he moves in and bowls to Hriday, and Hriday, good catch. He tries to loft it into the deep mid-off region, but a good catch taken. So Hriday is out for a well-played 54 runs. This is the second ball which Tanmay Sharma has bowled, and this was a slightly flighted delivery, and he tried to heave it away, but straight to the long off fielder. Good catch indeed. So Desert Cubs lose their third wicket at 127 for 3 at the end of 15.2 overs.
If he would have reached a bit more and hit it with more power, it could have crossed the, and then that is what cricket is all about, ifs and buts. And
Always.
That's the beauty of cricket.
That's always there, always there. So talking about these academies, KR, I think these academies have really done so much for cricket in UAE in the past so many years. And now there's a very healthy competition amongst these academies as to, you know, to bring out good quality players from their academies. And it's a good, you know, flow of nice players at the junior level and the senior level, which helps the UAE Cricket Board.
No, ultimately a competition to have for them to display their skills is really remarkable. You know, that is what is needed.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure these boys, a guy who got a 50 now, he must be, you know, he'll keep it to his heart, this lovely 50 he has scored. So given an opportunity to bowl here, field here, and, you know, play at this unique stadium, I would say, is just a great feeling for these, not only these youngsters, I'm sure, but their parents and grandparents must be enjoying that, you know, their children and grandchildren are playing here at this historic cricket stadium.
Imagine parents and grandparents must have seen the Sharjah matches here, and they must be feeling so good that their son is playing and getting a 50. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So Tanmay is bowling, continues to bowl from the far end, and he has picked up a wicket of this one, a bit short. He goes back, cuts it towards the extra cover region, a single.
Mashar, have you thought about one thing? It is a wicket where the Prime Minister of a country played his cricket,
Oh my God.
Imran Khan, and what a great feeling, isn't it?
Just imagine on this wicket he has taken 6 for 14, 6 wickets for 14 runs on this wicket. So that's the Imran Khan for you, and and the greatest of cricketers have given brilliant performances in the CBFS leagues that were played right from 1983 onwards, and we still continue to have those international cricketers come in, and when they come in like retired cricketers, they really feel so enamored by watching this ground itself that yes, I did play here on this ground at in their career. So it's a great feeling for them, I'm sure. And just imagine Sachin Tendulkar's sandstorm innings, or Javed Miada's 6. Those memories can never be erased from the public's mind across the world.
Yeah. For me, I always say that I would, as a sports reporter, I would not have spoken to a prime minister but for Sharjah.
That's true.
And one of his famous quotes is that of Imran Khan: compromise for your dream, but never compromise on your dream. What a beautiful quote, isn't it?
That's true.
He dreamt and even became not only the greatest in cricket, but a politician too.
And a leading politician too, that's true. Yeah. And
the score moves to 134 for 3. And new batsman Mithun on 1. And Nemika setting his field. It's lovely to know your field and bowl to a field. That's an art, isn't it?
That's true, yeah. A single at the short mid-wicket area, and Mithun moves on to 2. Akshay Rai is batting on 9 and score moves on to 135 for 3. The Desert Cubs A against Desert Cub B. These are the two teams which is under the umbrella of Desert Cubs. So it's good to see cricketers from these academies. That shows that the number of cricketers they have in the under 17, that they can even afford to have 2 teams, KR.
Do you know one of the advantages of having this televised is that even the coaches can go back and tell the player where you are going wrong, where is your footwork, how you have to bowl, isn't it? That's a great blessing, isn't it?
Definitely, I think it's a dream come true for this. There's a lovely shot. He picked it up well and hammered it in the mid-wicket region. There was a misfielding by the fielder there. That's 4 runs. Yes, I agree with you that this live transmission and live streaming of these games, there's more energy amongst the boys to show their best and keep their performance to a higher standard. And there is more discipline when you take these matches more live amongst the cricketers, to learn how to behave on the field, given that's nicely. Oh, he misses it. I think that's a bye. He tried to cut it, but he missed it completely, and so did the keeper.
Looks like the score may reach about 170 because
At
it's
the-
already 141 for 3 in 17. 3 more overs. Let's see. The shades are slowly coming in, and the sun is. Evening it gets a bit cooler still, isn't
Yeah,
it? That's
you
nice.
can find some breeze blowing. You can see those flags fluttering. So I think there's still a good season to play cricket here. Oh, this one has been picked up very, very neatly in the deep mid-wicket region for a 4. That's a good shot by Akshat Rai. I like his way of dancing down the wicket. He's got a good footwork, this boy. And Tanmay Sharma is bowling his second over from the far end. And I'm sure Akshat would like to, get on with the scoring. And this one plays it in the fine leg region and picks up a couple of runs.
The way he is moving his feet is a treat, as you said. And that's an art, because to play a spin, you have to do that. And that is, especially when Tanmay is flighting, giving a lot of air, that is what is needed.
No, I think no doubt he's got 16 runs of 17 balls, but he's middling the ball well. He seems to be a compact player, Kerr.
Once again, he has done the same coming out. And what I liked about that shot is he checked it. He checked because he knew there is a fielder. So it's very important to know where the fielders are when you are playing a spinner, especially when a spinner is flighting the ball.
Totally agree with you, Kerr. No doubt about it. So Midhun is batting on 6. He faces now Tanmay. And this one is played back to the bowler. There's a misfield for a single. Midhun moves on to 7 now. And that's 150 for the DC Desert Cups A team. That's 150 up for them.
One of the basics of bowling is that you never take your eye off the ball after you bowl it, because the return catch, and even now, he should not have left that single away, because it's very important.
Akshat takes another single, moves on to 19.
Tanmay looks like a Danish canary, look, with the specs, and although
he's been a bit expensive, Tanmay.
yeah.
And he's given away about 17 runs so far in his 1.5 overs. Goes back and plays it in the mid-wicket region for a single. And that marks the end of over number 18. Desert Cups A are 152 for 3. It's a good batting wicket, Kiara. I think the ball seems to be coming well, and nice to see. These boys are adjusting well to these wickets and performing. And
whoever has used his feet, played the shots to perfect, has got the runs.
True.
And that is what is needed. And they have tested them with the spin, and they have rised up to the challenge.
Sure. There's a new bowler is bowling his third over now, Sean Anthony. Mithun moves on to 9, and Akshat Rai is batting on 18.
Sean Anthony is tall, and he has got a nice and that is beautifully played.
Again, Akshat, we were discussing that he's using his feet well, goes down to meet the ball and plays for another single. And I think the projected score will be about 165 from here, with another 8 to 10 deliveries to go. This one again beautifully stuck and into the square leg region for a boundary. And Mithun is opening up now. He's moved on to 13 of 10 deliveries. And this was a little overpitched on the leg side. And Mithun, being a left-hander, he swept it very nicely into the square leg region to get a boundary.
Two people try to stop it, and still it goes for a boundary. And that is the perfection with which played that shot.
That's right, yeah. That's a wide ball outside the off stump. Sean saw that Mithun wanted to be aggressive. He just bowled outside the off stump, a little wide though. Again, well bowled by Sean. Plays back to the bowler. Mithun is trying to, heave away most of the time on the onside. So let's see what Mithun does the next delivery from Sean.
Once again, he has done it. He has come out and lifted, but he could not get that gap that fetched him an earlier boundary.
I think there's a good field placement there with the square leg and a deep extra cover and a cover. So that a square leg, a mid wicket, and a deep mid on. So
the partnership has gone to 35 from 22 balls. It's a treat to watch when bowlers bowl to the field.
That's true.
And especially a good field setting, and that is what make cricket brilliant.
So this is the last over coming up, Kiar, from the football stadium end. And it's going to be Sarang Anil Kumar, who's bowling his third over. He's so far given away 9 runs in his 2 overs. And Akshat Rai is batting on 19. He'll be facing Sarang.
This is usually the over where many things can happen.
It's true. He drives it straight to the long off fielder for a single. Moves on to 20. Now let's see what Mithun can do. He's batting on 15 with 13 deliveries. Desert Cubs right now are 163 for the loss of 3 wickets. A good partnership of 36 runs in 23 balls.
Will my prediction of over 170 happen?
Yes.
That would be interesting.
I agree with you. You should. I will not be surprised at that, because still there are 5 deliveries to be bowled, So we can expect another 8 to 10 runs.
That was, he missed it, and umpire says nothing doing.
That's a dot ball, and Sarang Anil Kumar is bowled well.
He's
That's
been
a-
consistent
Yeah,
throughout
I
this
think that
tournament.
it bowls a leg spinner, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this one too, very well bowled. Mithun is just desperately trying to heave him away, whereas Sarang Anil Kumar is trying to bowl good line and length and bringing in the ball with his leggies.
This is the battle you love to watch.
Yeah. Well bowled, and that's very close, I would say. And he's been lucky to survive. He's bowled 3 dot balls on the trot. Sarang Anil Kumar bowling his leggies. This one, again,
Yes.
very well bowled, single in the mid-wicket area. So last delivery to come up, KR.
Yes.
So I think you did not succeed in your prediction of 170.
I
Yes,
was defeated by Sarang Anil Kumar, who has bowled
you never
a
know.
brilliant
You
over.
never know if this
But,
is a six.
cricket can never be. You know, last
Exactly.
ball six, Sharjah is famous.
Yeah, this one has been. They go for a couple, and at the end of 20 overs, score moves on to 166 for 3. So at the there's a that's the close of the
They're
innings.
very close to the innings.
At the end of 20 overs, Desert Cups A score 166 for 3 wickets, and good batting by the last 2 batsmen, and I'm sure the Desert Cups B will try to, the scorecard. Rakesh Murari scored 17 of 11 deliveries. Aryan Chopra 41 of 34. Hriday Savani got a good 54 of 36 deliveries. Akshat Rai batted well, I thought, for 21 of 22. And Mithun Balakrishna. And for the bowling, it was Sujal Desai 1 for 25. Arham Jain none for 19. Akit Jairatne none for 20. Sarang Anil Kumar none for 12. Joshua none for 18. Sean Anthony none for 20. Damir Ali 1 for 14. And Nemika Bentota none for 15. So at the end of 20 overs, 165 for 3. They need 166 runs following up. And so it was a good performance here at the end of 20 overs. I thought it's a good score.
Yeah, 8.30 run rate is a brilliant one, and 8 bowlers were used to stop them, but still they managed to make such a total. Any total over 150 is a
good, decent score.
Decent score.
It's true. So we take you back to the studios, and we'll get back after once the team comes in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium, the home of cricket in the UAE. And we are back for the CBFS Juniors League 2022. It's a family affair today. Desert Cubs A under 17 taking on Desert Cubs B. It was the A side who batted first and have posted a pretty big target of 166. So it's over to the young lads of DCB against their senior compatriots. The top order for Desert Cubs A coming to the party big time. Well played by Hriday Savnani, Aryan Chopra, and then the middle order as well got quick runs in good time. And there you can see the two openers for Desert Cub B, Arshil and Sarang are already out there, waiting patiently for Desert Cubs A to resume the second innings. So it's going to be the man of the match of the previous game for Desert Cubs A, Aradhya Sharma, the young fast bowler coming in from the Sharjah Cricket Academy end. Arshil will be the batter on strike. Very, very attacking field. We have two slips and a gully in place. So they want to make their intentions very clear. Chases that one, Arshil. Even though it's a packed slip cordon. Went for that big drive through the covers. And taking a look at the field, well, you've already seen the two slips and a gully. There's a catching extra cover. Backward point. Cover point. Mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket in the circle. So there's absolutely nobody outside the ring. Not even the two men that you can post beyond the 30-yard circle. So very, very aggressive indeed, our Desert Cubs A. Aradhya got 2 wickets in the opening game of the Under-17 Juniors League. Beauty, absolute beauty. This young boy is a serious talent, Mr. KR.
Yeah, we could see the delivery, the action, everything looks brilliant. And the way he delivered this, oh my, that's a beauty.
Well, sir, when is the last time you saw 2 slips and a gully at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium? It must have been a fair few years.
Long time. I was also witness to the Australia, Pakistan, where they had 9 slips once.
That was an incredible test match indeed. So Aradhya already steaming in, looking confident. Solidly played off the back foot. He's a good player, Ashil. Likes to counter-attack. But you can certainly see that the DCA boys, they want to put their foot down and stamp some authority on the DCB sides, even though it's a family affair.
You know, when you are called the B team, you would always like to challenge the A team and prove that you are the A team, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Short and wide. Went for that big cut. Not given as a wide by the umpire. Got away with that one. There you can see the skipper, bespectacled Hriday. Played a very good innings earlier in the day, didn't he, sir?
To generate bounce on this wicket is really good and he is utilizing his height and his long legs and all his body into it. Look at the way he is approaching the wicket.
Once again, big flash at that. Not connecting. He's just a bit too quick for him right now. Young Arshil, he's been promoted from the under-14s alongside Sarang. So it's a young lineup for Desert Cubs B. And, well, they would like to make a point against the older boys. And so far, it's been a very engaging contest. And it was a wonderful conversation between you and the GM of Sharjah Cricket, Mr. Mazhar Khan, who kindly gave us some time. Look at that flowing drive. Straight to the backward point, and that's a maiden to open up for DCA. Well, summer coaching is underway here at the Sharjah Cricket Academy. That is the number to contact. Let your young boy or girl live their dream of becoming a cricketer, whether it be for fitness, for fun, or if they want to make a career out of it. Sharjah Cricket Stadium and the Sharjah Cricket Academy is the place to be. So another fast bowler and edged just short of that gully fielder. Good fielding there, good stop in the slip cordon. Mohammad Ibrahim, the one with the new ball, and immediately getting some swing out there.
The confident attack, the bowlers look confident and making the batsmen play. That is what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely. The new ball is a precious thing on this track in these conditions. Chase that one once again. Well, they're confident enough to play their drives, just not quite connecting just yet.
Sarang has the confidence of a bag full of scores. He has been consistent. He has been brilliant. He displayed how beautiful he is as a bowler. He is shaping into a very fine all-rounder. Sarang is brilliant.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the key batter in this DCB lineup. Oh, edged, and that's that been taken. Umpire has said no. Perhaps the bat just hitting the ground there, Mr. KR.
That was too close. You know, especially he need to leave certain balls. He's trying to attempt every ball. It's a little tricky, especially when the bowler is on a good line and length.
Yeah, Vedant, the keeper, he was convinced. The umpire wasn't. And that's the man you need to convince. So, Mohammad Ibrahim bowling a wonderful spell here. This time, it's timed sweetly, but once again, that ring field on the offside. It's hard to pierce it just yet.
It's a beautiful sight when a batsman is beaten and all the hands of the slips go up and they appeal. That's the beauty of cricket sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. We just saw a wonderful test match at Lord's between England and New Zealand. Fascinating contest. And sometimes it's good to see that slipcord and the fielders in there. This time he's pumped it through cover point. And Sarang will start his innings with a classy boundary.
That was really a brilliant shot, a confident booster, especially after having been beaten twice in this over. Well played.
Just stepped into that one, a hint of room. That's all he needed. Well, it's taken them 11 deliveries to get underway, but it was worth the wait. Wonderful shot. Still no changes in the field. Mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, fine leg, all in the circle. And his chase stayed. That will be a wide. So extras helping DCB along. 6 for none after 2 overs. Aradhya back into the attack. Oh, edged over the keeper. Short delivery. And not prepared was Arshil. But fortune favors the brave, Mr. KR.
Always, sometimes we used to call it as the ladder shot. See that? There, it goes like a ladder over the...
Yeah, he was very late on that. Did not expect the short ball. And good surprise change of length there from Aradhya. He's a very fine bowler. Been very impressed with this lad. And that was just too quick for him, given as wide. But I think it was just beyond the tram lines. So Arshil, he needs to develop a plan B here. How does he get off strike?
Trapping a batsman is basically an art, isn't it? Because I have witnessed on this very ground how Richard Hatley made Krish Srikanth, play and get beaten 4 times.
Once again, stifled appeal by the slip cordon. Richard Hadley, absolute champion bowler from New Zealand. He made the art of bowling look easy.
I thought when I saw him first, I thought Richard Hadley, he will have a long run up. He did not have, he had a shot, but the ball, he made the ball talk beautifully. And that too on a batting track on a Sharjah wicket. What a brilliant bowler he was.
Oh, absolutely. The first superstar from New Zealand. Now we have so many, like Kyle Jamieson, Tim Southee, Kane Williamson. That's a good shot from Arshil, stepping into that drive. But once again, he's just playing a lot of dots here. Not the right approach for a big run chase.
The bowlers are bowling to the field. Justifies because they are bowling on the off stump. In fact, if you look at that, the field is packed on the offside.
Oh, that has been cracked. Hard to point. He does really well. Well, Sarang was itching for a run there. You don't want to run on a misfield. And Ibrahim, he's feeling the power of that shot.
And look at that. That shot too went straight to a fielder. and then brilliantly stopped.
Well, Aradhya is just breathing hard here. Very humid conditions, even though it's just about 6:30 local time. Still very humid. Tough conditions for the fast man. Chase that one. Excellent over from Aradhya once again. He's only conceded 6 runs, 12 for none after 3. Mohammad Ibrahim will continue for his second over. Oh, that has been smashed past the gully fielder. Beautiful hit there from Sarang.
It was played with such a beauty that the birds even got scared and flew away. It went past to the boundary.
He does love that square drive. And as you can see, dispersing the wildlife here. Wonderful shot. He's really good when you offer him some width outside off. Technically solid player and natural timer of the ball.
There is nothing like hitting a fast bowler in this manner. It's a beauty to watch.
Oh, absolutely. That will give him a lot of confidence. And solidly behind the next delivery. Good correction by Ibrahim as well, bowling a lot straighter.
On a good line and length, and it has been proved that a good line and length can keep a batsman quiet.
Oh, absolutely. Even though Sharjah is known as a batting paradise, if you hit the right areas, you will get rewarded. Big square outfields. So it's not always easy to find the fence. Full toss, lovely drive through extra cover. Just a push. And even though Akshat will clean up, very pleasing on the eye is this boy.
It's a treat to watch such a shot. When it is played with perfection, that is the beauty. And look at the confidence with which that shot was played and the way he is standing at the wicket.
Oh, absolutely. He's an under 14 lad. He must be about 13 or 12. And look at the way he's playing those shots. Really has a big future in the game if he continues working hard at his game. Oh, this has been sliced. And well, the commentator's curse has struck. One poor shot from Sarang. And it's a straightforward catch at point.
It was an end to a confident knock, but sad that he played such a bad shot and paid the price for it.
Short and sweet innings from Sarang comes to an end. It's 18 for 1. So Mohammad Ibrahim gets reward for some consistent bowling. Shouldering arms there. New batter coming in at 3. So just one poor shot. Well, that's the beauty of cricket, isn't it? You could be batting like $1,000,000, timing the ball, rocketing it to the fence, but one mistake and you pay the ultimate price.
And we ourselves feel sad that when someone is stroking well, started well, and he departs.
Oh yes, absolutely. Punch to mid-off for a quick single and they'll make it in time. Oh, and in there overthrows to boot. A rare error from the DCA boys. And good opportunistic batting there. 18 for 1 after 4. Ashish Manikandan, the new bowler coming in to bowl. So Aradhya rested after 2 overs. Quick single taken to mid-wicket. It's Nemika Benthota, the skipper, coming in at 3. And a lot of responsibility on his young shoulders.
The momentum is very essential to chase such a big score. You don't lose early wickets, and if the momentum can be maintained, even this total is reachable.
Oh, absolutely. Ashish, well-built lad. And Arshil shouldering arms. The umpire thinks about it, but he's let it go. I think sometimes you need to give the bowlers a bit of a margin for error, as he did there.
It was too close to be wide.
Yeah, plus the batter didn't offer a shot, so even the umpire will feel, well, you didn't attempt a shot, so why should I help you? 19 for 1. It's been a slow start for DCB. Some very good fast bowling. Nicely glided. Oh, good fielding. Aradhya, he's swooping in like some of those birds in the outfield very quickly to the ball.
The keeper seems to take the eye off the ball, I think, and they need, the backing has to be there.
Only one slip for Ashish. Deep third man is outside the circle. Only one fielder. And the ball goes straight to him. Nicely played there by Arshil.
I like the field setting, and you have seen that the ball goes where the fielders are. The bowlers are bowling to the field. That's a nice scene.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. All 3 fast bowlers so far. Ibrahim, Ashish and Aradhya. It's a good fast bowling attack here for DCA. $20 for 1. So they've kept a lid on the scoring as well. No loose deliveries. Oh, chase that one, Arshil. He hasn't stopped his shots, but he hasn't timed them either. 5 of 14. So what is the game plan if as an opener you're getting stuck, Mr. Gear? How do you change the rhythm of your innings?
Actually, you You need to take those singles, punches, play the ball on its merit. That's the way you have to build an innings, not slashing, slashing. See, again, you are exposing your outside the off stump. What was the strong point of Sunil Gavaskar? He knew where his off stump was. That was the biggest point. You need to know where your off stump is, and you need to use your foot in such a way.
Perfect advice. 20 for 1 after 5 overs. Daksh coming into the attack, some spin being introduced. Nicely cut away, but once again struggling to find the gap. It's Nemika, the captain, on strike. So Arshil getting bogged down here. Maybe the introduction of spin can just unleash the shackles a little bit.
All the shots have gone to the fielders. The field placing is perfect.
And there you can see a catching mid-wicket in there. So a good fielder to have. He's right in the eye line of the batter. He'll be thinking about him when he tries to work the ball on the leg side. This time, that's well placed by Nemika. Just use of the wrists there for 1.
Once he holds the ball, Daksh holds the ball and moves to the bowling end, you can see the determination to turn the ball on the delivery. Next time, have a look at it. You know, when he approaches, see the ball, he will hold it. Look at the way. There. And there he goes.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of revs on it, certainly.
Yes.
But he has a very open-chested action, so that's not allowing him to get that torque, that body action on the ball.
Yes. Hard work needed.
Oh, well, that will be wide because it pitched outside the tram lines itself, even if it turns in big time. So
He's expecting the ball to come in, and that is why he thought that from there he would have to turn.
forcing it, but that's another dot ball. So 23 runs picked up in the power play for the loss of 1 wicket. Ashish back into the attack. First over only going for 2. So Arshil, he desperately needs a plan B. He's on 5 of 18. Nemika, the captain of DCB, just trying to get his eye in. 4 of 9. So you can clearly see there's a slight gulf in ability and experience of DCA and DCB, sir.
The coaches know how to allot the players, and they have been working on each of them. And he missed his run-up, and there is a lot to learn. There is a lot to learn even when you play each other, when you practice each other.
Oh, absolutely. Results are not that crucial at this stage. Nice drive there, but couldn't miss the stumps at the non-striker's end. I always feel, even at the under 19 level, the results are not that important. A lot of course, there's so much passion for the game in our region. People get very hyped up thinking about, oh, we need to win the under 19 World Cup. We're spending so much money. Where are the boys? Where are the talented boys? There is nepotism, this and that. The right players didn't get selected. We tend to create a huge hue and cry about it. But I always say to those people, yeah, these are just boys. Under 19, they're 17 years old, 16 years old. What difference does it make if they win the under 19 World Cup? It's just purely a training ground for them, a grooming process for them. You shouldn't get so hyped up about the results, about the win or loss.
I feel the catchword for all these junior tournaments must be enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy the game, you cannot become a good player. So winning, if your aim is winning, you are not going to. You are under pressure.
It's absolutely spot on. Tucked away towards fine leg. There's nobody there. So runs here for Ashil. And it will just drop near the boundary rope. They'll take 2.
The wicket keeper has raced all the way to the boundary. That is nice. Sometimes you unknowingly will keep going because you have chased the ball. And it is really shows the spirit of the wicket keeper. Well done.
Yeah, Vedant there, showing great enthusiasm. And with that win or loss in their mind, then you tend to put pressure on yourselves. You tend to make mistakes. And like you mentioned, the great quote from Shane Warne, always, even such a massive champion like himself, he won absolutely everything there was in the game. His mantra was, keep it simple and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. You know the famous quote from Rahul Dravid? I have failed at times, but I never stopped trying. And that is how he became one of the finest batsmen, the wall.
Good to see some parents in attendance, watching their young boys competing out there. Well, some of them have been very rowdy indeed. During the CBFS Juniors League under 12s and 14s, it was an absolute party atmosphere. You were there in the chairman's box, and they were absolutely loving it.
That's the way. You know, you need to have a festival atmosphere too.
Once again, a big hoik across the line, was going for that pull shot off the front foot. Steady over from Ashish comes to an end. 28 for 1 after 7. So Daksh will continue into his second over. And now that the field is spread, perhaps The strike rotation will slightly improve.
The way he holds the ball and moves in, it's easy to spot he is an off spinner. So hope he finds Duzara.
Oh, yes. Inside edge. Oh, just beyond the keeper. That ball is kind of gone out of fashion. Of course, now with the ICC being very strict about the 15 degrees regulation and the bowler's delivery arm, that ball has tended to slightly disappear, but I'm sure it will make a comeback. Innovation never stops in cricket. Lovely delivery.
That's a beauty of a ball. Talking about Dusra, it's unfortunate that Dusra could not be bowled without bending a bit. But it is a beautiful art of bowling, but you need to learn without having to chuck the ball.
Well, you can see there the DCB boys still enjoying themselves, and rightly so. Don't think about the match result. Enjoy your experience here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium during the CBFS Juniors League. It's all part of your evolution as a cricketer. And I'm sure some of these names will go on to represent UAE as well. Good delivery once again. Like you said, he does put a lot of revs on the ball, gets that bounce as well. He's a tall lad.
Do you know one thing, result of this match? Whoever wins, Desert Cups win.
Yeah, that is very true. Either way, the DCA Academy coaches will be happy. And you were telling me off air, they are really very prominent. 26 coaches they have in their academy setup. That is something quite incredible. 31 for 1 after 8. It's Fadi Kukut coming into the attack. Very different kind of a leggy. Running in, has a bit of a run up. And very interesting, fascinating bowler, this young boy.
We have seen many spinners in this match. I'm delighted by the confidence which they bowl.
Nicely bowled once again, right on the money.
It's a treat to watch a leg spinner run up and then deliver the ball.
Yeah, that's come into fashion with the superstar of Afghanistan, Rashid Khan. Picked up and mid on, takes a wonderful catch. That's excellent work by Aradhya Sharma, the big fast bowler. Made it look easy.
That was well judged. He did not take his eye off the ball. As it was dipping, he took it. You can watch that. Look at that. See, it was almost dipping and he made sure his hand is below the ball.
So Fadi took only 3 deliveries to strike, and Nemeka, the skipper, returning for 6 of 15, 31 for 2. So Fadi Kukut already among the wickets without conceding a run. 31 for 2. So that target of 166 looks a long way off here. Sean Anthony coming in at 4. Oh, that's a big appeal, big appeal. And it's been turned down. Perhaps just hitting him outside the line there.
Or I also have it bounced a bit, and that must have gone against. Look at that. Yes, almost hit high up on his abdomen guard.
Yeah, he's a tall boy, Sean, but wonderful bowling by Fadi. Oh, hitting the splice of the bat, so he's not picking which way the ball is turning from Fadi.
Fadi, since he moves fast and bowls, the batsman has to be able to judge it correctly.
Wicket maiden to start from Fadi Kukut, 31 for 2. Daksh Noronia, pardon me, continues his spell. Only conceded 7 runs in 13 deliveries. Arshil 8 of 27. Well, in the context of the game, that's not a good innings at all. He really got his feet stuck in quicksand. A lot of dot deliveries, not rotating the strike. Big appeal, but this time nothing doing from the umpire. Sean Anthony trying to force up the pace of the game. Maybe pick up some momentum, but so far DCA have kept things very tight. That's a better shot, mid off, good fielding, but they'll pick up a quick single.
You know, Desert Cups also coaches swimming, athletics, and many other sports, even basketball, I think.
Truly a all-round sporting experience for the young boys and girls of the UAE.
In fact, they are known as Desert Cup Sports Academy too.
And of course, cricket is a big part of that. They have not one but 2 teams, as you can see, in this competition, both competing with each other. Slightly harsh to have them face off against one another, but you can see DCA, they're looking for keeping their winning momentum. And well, Arshil, he's just let that over go by once again. Not a good innings. Right then, back after the drinks break, 33 for 2. So 133 required of the last 10. That's a mighty ask for DCB. Fadi Kukot continues. And absolutely spot on is this young leggy. Or is he a leggy? He seems to be a mystery bowler.
Yeah, he seems on target. He has a rhythm, and he is sure to go miles in the coming days.
Slip in place for him. Oh, look at that, Sean. Not comfortable at all against him. He's not picking which way that ball is moving off the deck.
He's bowling really beautiful. Really nice to watch him.
And these are the kind of bowlers that are trending a lot in franchise cricket these days. Oh, full toss, belted onto the leg side. There is a deep mid wicket in place. These kind of mystery bowlers, especially if they can take the new ball, they're a huge asset to any franchise team.
Yeah. When limited over cricket came, many wondered whether spinners will strike. But today, spinners are feared.
Absolutely. The wrist spinners are a must in any franchise team. And I remember one of the early trailblazers of that was Samuel Badri for West Indies. 2-time World T20 champion. He used to take that new ball. It was so deadly with those looping top spinners, so hard to pick.
In fact, Ajay Mendes, when he started off as a mystery bowler. People didn't know how to play him.
Oh yes, I remember that very first series against India. I think he took 26 wickets in 3 tests, something ridiculous like that. And that was the first time DRS was introduced. And since Sachin wasn't happy with it, they stopped the DRS. He got given out on review a couple of times.
The problem with mystery spinners is that the videos, everyone sits and bisects the bowling and finds out how is it to tackle. So many times the lifespan of mystery spinners are not long enough.
Oh, absolutely. Perfectly explained. 35 for 2 after 11 overs. So switching to the fast bowlers once again in partnership with Fadi. Oh, down the leg side. Going to be given as wides. Akshat Rai, well, he's trying to build on his good innings with the bat. Perhaps pick up some wickets to secure that Player of the Match award. 6 runs in just 16 deliveries. Not really going anywhere with this approach, Mr. KR.
Akshat Rai has broad shoulders, which is essential for a pacer. Strong legs, can you see he moving in? All the prerequisites for a fast bowler.
Nicely bowled, nicely driven. 9 of 34 for Arshil. And I don't think we'll be seeing him opening the next innings if he applies this approach. Maybe they decided at the halfway mark that the score is a bit too much to ask. So he just looked to occupy one end. But certainly he needs to refine his approach, needs to develop some more run-scoring shots. He's just driving the ball straight to the fielders.
Runs are not coming. The pressure is mounting. And this is what happens when you chase a big score. If you don't keep finding the gaps and forcing the run flow.
Yeah, and that pressure tends to transfer onto your partner and the dugout as well.
It's not partner alone, down the order too.
Absolutely. Good punch there, but good fielding by the skipper Hriday. putting his body on the line. Good commitment in the field, even though they're comfortably controlling the game.
The most important thing about cricket is even if you are on top, keep mounting the pressure. That's the more beauty of good captaincy.
Oh, absolutely. You can just ask the Australians after what happened to them. And oh, caught and bowled. That's a wonderful catch by Akshat. And Arshil Hussein's painful innings comes to an end. I think that's a clean take. He's still not convinced, but he's slowly but surely heading back to the dugout. I think that's a top catch by the young fast bowler.
The umpire is checking basically because his back was, he was behind the bowler when he took that catch.
Yeah, that looked good to me. Just consulting with Mr. Asif Iqbal, the leg umpire, the more experienced one. But Akshat, I think he's got a wicket. Arshil is now, well, he's confidently striding out now. Let's take a look here. Change of pace, toe end of the bat. Oh yes, that's absolutely clean as a whistle.
Yes.
So another wicket departs, 37 for 3. New batter coming in is Neil at number 5, and that's a good shot. Good fielding at backward point. That's wonderful work. Neil Paranjpe, the wicket keeper. And a good over from Akshat comes to an end. 38 for 3 after 12. Fadi will continue. He's bowled a wonderful spell, hasn't he? Top spinner this time, forced off the back foot by Sean. Only conceded 2 runs in 2.1 overs. Wonderful, consistent, nagging line and length. Absolutely zero room offered to the batters. Mid-off and mid-on are up, so perhaps a shot can be attempted. A good-looking punch beats the extra cover fielder. So Neil Paranjpe is looking to be positive, and that's the right approach.
Neil's this shot was a classic one, going up and playing beautifully through the gaps. This is what batsmanship is. Keep forcing the runs.
Yeah, current run rate, it's even below 4. So certainly somebody needs to get a move on. Caught and bowled and put down. Well, Fadi, that should have been your second wicket. Nobody else to blame.
It was an attempt which he should have taken, but sometimes unfortunate.
Yeah, just burst out of his hands there, moving to his left. Good looking slice, but the cover fielder, he's very sharp indeed.
We can see the batsman unable to force the pace, the run flow, and that is the pressure is mounting. Already 12 overs up.
Yeah, required run rate has shot up to 17. Played off the back foot this time. And of course, it's such a massive endeavor of the Sharjah Cricket Council. We'll continue that conversation after this over. But they've taken such a huge undertaking to promote Juniors League. We'll come back to that after the break. 40 for 3. So as we were talking about before the break, such a massive undertaking that is the CBFS Juniors League. More than 60 plus matches across 3 age groups. We've had 22 teams in total from all the various and best academies in the UAE. Tell us more about this wonderful tournament, Mr. KR.
Imagine if this many matches did not happen. What would have happened to these boys? They would not have had a platform to perform. If only they perform, their names come up. I felt so happy writing about it in my blog because I came to know who is Ritesh, who is many players who won the top awards in these tournaments. You know, they were consistent. And that is how we come to know about certain players. Consistently, players should come up. You know, for example, how did even Sachin Tendulkar come up? He used to go and play in the Kanga League. But then, it's not Kanga League or any kind of, you need a platform. And that is what Sharjah is doing. And on the roof there, you can see it is written, platform to perform. And that next to Sharjah cricket. That is what is needed.
Absolutely spot on, sir. Beautifully said. Platform to perform is our slogan, our endeavor. Oh, could have been a stumping there, lost his footing. And absolutely, and of course, all of these matches, especially in the under 17s and the under 12 and under 14 knockout stages being live streamed. You can watch it all on the Sharjah Cricket Stadium Facebook page and YouTube channel. And it's been a complete game changer. It's been a huge opportunity for the boys. Oh, just beyond the fielder. Rede, the captain, well, he was the tallest lad in the field. If he can't reach it, then I don't think anybody else can.
If you don't have a stage to perform, be it anything, not cricket, even as an actor or any kind of, and that is what Sharjah is providing.
Forced off the back foot, straight to the captain. Another steady over. 43 for 3 after 14. Fadi Kukut continues his wonderful penetrating spell. He's been absolutely unplayable tonight. And like Mr. KR said so beautifully, it's that platform you need to exhibit your skills. And the feedback we've gotten from all the coaches, the players, the parents, it's been truly overwhelming. They've said it feels like we're watching a match in the IPL. Even the young boys, they're just about 10 years old, 11 years old, when they hear this match is going to be on YouTube, on Facebooks, their grandparents are watching back home. So many parents have told me that their parents are watching back home in the home country, their family friends, the in-laws, the classmates. Lofted. Oh, just over Akshat at mid-off. And that is a rare boundary for DCB. Well played by Neil Paranjpe.
Imagine if Fadi, who is bowling so well, did not have a stage to perform. So this is what happens. You know, that adds to the confidence. The boy goes out, next time, people talk about, oh, he's a fine bowler. So this is how a cricketer establishes himself.
Absolutely. And of course, the 2024 Under-19 World Cup, it will be on us before we can even imagine. So a lot of scouts are watching these young boys. Under-19 selection for the UAE is on the line. And you need to take advantage of this tournament. You need to give it your absolute best. See the likes of Aryan Saxena, Sarang Anil Kumar, Mohammad Nafis in the under-14s, Umar Tokir in the under-14s. Yes. Such wonderful performances. Saleh Amin for Telecherry, their captain. He is doing so well. These boys will be noticed and they will be written down, their names, to watch out for him. They will be called for national team trials. And who knows, we've already seen Ayan Afzal Khan, the miracles he produced in 2022, yes, taking us to the plate trophy. Who will be the next Hassani Sakhel, the next Ayan Afzal Khan, the next Vritya Arvind? It must be the boys and girls amongst us right here.
See, I feel so happy that whoever I had returned from school days, starting now, even Ahmad Rasa, who is leading the UAE team, when he was a schoolboy, I was writing about him. And probably his first appearance in a press is through my writing. So the thing is that I could write about him because he was a performer. He came to know. And you need to project these boys and show to the world we have talent. Only then the world will come to know. We have to project our players, and that is what Sharjah cricket is now doing, projecting youngsters, projecting talent.
Absolutely. A lot of credit goes to the vision and ambition of Mr. Khalaf Bukhatir, Mr. Waleed Bukhatir, Mr. Mazhar Khan himself, who was so gracious to give us time, came on for a commentary stint as well earlier in the day, the GM of Sharjah cricket. It's their tireless efforts that has brought this wonderful CBFS Juniors League to light.
Cricket, the pulse of cricket runs in the Bukhadir family. Be it Waleed Bukhadir or Khalaf Bukhadir, or it cannot stop, it flows. And that is exactly what is going on. Khalaf Bukhadir knows that that is needed. This is what is needed. And that is why he has implemented this.
Aradhya, oh, that's an off-cutter, nicely bowled. Just came in off the pitch there. Still haven't crossed that 50-run mark here, DCB. Look at that off-cutter there, big time turn. So this boy is certainly showing a lot of skills for a very young fast bowler.
The advantage of the live coverage, all these boys can go back, have a look at it. How am I bowling? What is more to be added to my bowling? Even the coaches can sit and tell you, look at the way you are approaching to the bowling. Or look at the good deliveries you bowl, the bad deliveries you bowl. So it is a textbook of.
Absolutely spot on. Pace on delivery this time. Disappointed with that, Neil. Well, you can tell he's a wicket keeper with his nervous energy. He cannot keep still at all. And yes, I had exactly that conversation with the captain of Victoria Cricket Academy under-17s, Deepak. He told me, I've been watching the action, I've been watching these other boys, how they've been going about on this pitch. And that helped me a lot. Head straight, past the cover fielder, chase on. And that will eventually bring up 50 for Desert Cubs B. It's been a quite painstaking effort.
As you said, the momentum did not happen. And it's all credit to the bowlers. They bowled a good line and length, be it spinners or be it fast bowlers. That is what cricket is all about.
Yeah, they've done a very good job in the field. Slower delivery. Oh, bit of a misfield at cover. And they are racing for two. They'll make it in time. 53 for 3 with 4 overs to go. Mohammad Ibrahim back into the attack. Oh, beats the outside edge. That's a peach of a delivery. He's been another good find. Good fast bowler, very consistent. And certainly, they're only about 14, 15 years of age. It continuously surprises me how skilled they are already.
See, they also watch a lot of great players in action. And this is how they can emulate them. They also want to be like them.
Oh, absolutely. If a few of these guys go on to become pro cricketers, they'll relive this day very fondly. They'll go back to Facebook, they'll go back to YouTube and see, look at that, in 2022 I played the Juniors League. I was playing right here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. People will say, how did we not spot him? He was so talented at age 15. Now he's gone on to play for UAE or even gone on to play IPL or some franchise league. What a wonderful memory it will be. Lofted, past the mid-on. That's a good shot from Sean Anthony. He will certainly rewind that tonight. Brilliant hit.
You know what has made me very happy is that two UAE captains' children have done well here. You know, one is Omar Tawqir and another we saw Kuram Khan's son, Ran Khan. You know, both are Omar Tawqir, son of Mohammad Tawqir, who led UAE in the World Cup. And you know the legendary Kuram Khan. You know, what more can a tournament giving a platform to them do what their fathers did and they brought glory for UAE. The same thing the sons are doing. But for a tournament like this, could it have happened?
Oh, absolutely. It's a legacy, a proud legacy of cricket. And even yesterday, we saw Khushi Sharma. She was taking part for Victoria Cricket Academy under 17s. Played a very good innings. And so they're siblings representing the national team. Khushi, part of the UAE women's side. And of course, Sanchit Sharma, brilliant young all-rounder. He's gotten a few caps for UAE as well. So it's truly something wonderful to see. It's not just about one generation to the next. You have siblings as well playing in these juniors league competitions and for the national side.
Exactly. The more you play, the more better you become. The more you practice, the more perfect you become.
Well, that required run rate, the less said about it, the better. 33.8. So Mohammad Ibrahim, he'll probably bowl out. Short ball, top edge over the keeper. Surprise change of length. But there is a deep third man. Ashish out there. And that will conclude the 17th over. A good one from Ibrahim. He's been fun to watch. Ashish Manikandan, the fast bowler, back on to bowl. Has 1 over remaining in his spell. Sean Anthony, 11 of 20. And Neil Paranjpe, he's looked plucky at the crease. He's been attempting his shots. But overall, it will be a comfortable victory for the senior side of Desert Cubs. Oh, that has been slashed hard. There is a deep point who will clean up. So definitely a big learning experience for DCB. A lot of under 14 lads in it, so naturally you can expect them to be slightly overwhelmed by the senior boys. And Desert Cubs A, that will be 2 wins in a row. First over Kings IJC in the opening match of the CBFS Juniors League under 17s, and now this time over their academy colleagues. So they've taken a big step towards qualifying to the knockout stage. Of course, whoever tops the pool moves directly into the semi-finals, and then the remaining sides have to battle it out in a quarter-final stage. So we're just into the early days of the under 17, but already we've had some thrilling matches, Mr. KR, especially with the home sides.
So it was, we can say it was an A performance from the A team.
Oh, certainly. They've looked very comprehensive. Hitting the splice of the bat there. Bowls a heavy ball. Puts a lot of shoulder on the ball. Hits the pitch hard, Ashish. He reminds me a lot of another UAE international player, very well known in the domestic scene, Umair Ali Khan. You might remember him,
Yes.
the Sharjah all-rounder.
He is a very, very strong competitor. That's just
Picked up towards the leg side. There is a mid-wicket in place, but it will drop beyond him. It's Daksh. Oh, good work. Had to put the dive in. Akshat will clean up. And 2 more to Sean Anthony, who's looking to just pick up his strike rate here near the end of the innings. And of course, net run rate, it will be a big factor. You have to reduce the margin of defeat as much as you can. It's going to be a heavy loss here for DCB. So it will be tough to recover.
However, it is not a 100-run defeat.
Yorker length delivery down the leg side. 68 for 3 with 2 overs to go. Aradhya into the attack and hit straight. That's a crisp hit. And that will hit the fence. Yes, it does. Neil Paranjpe with another good-looking shot.
He picked the gaps well and lifted it with confidence. And he has moved into the 20s. So a very good mark, because beyond 20, your name appears. It's very important.
Well, look out for your name in Mr. K.R. Nair's blog, Mr. Neil Paranjpe. Oh, chase that one. Look, he just can't stay still. Even though he got beaten, stepping away from the crease, just having a talk to himself. He's going at 100 miles per hour.
It's important the players, when they play wrong shots, talk to themselves, remember what they did wrong, recall it, and never make a mistake.
Cracked off the back foot. There is a deep point in place. Yeah, that's very important, especially at this age group level. You will make mistakes just like that, overthrows. Aradhya a bit lazy getting to the ball there. And they've shown good game awareness here.
You know, it was Kumar Sangakkara who said that nobody can be perfect in cricket. Everybody makes mistakes. It is important for a person to learn from those mistakes. And these are the kind of tournaments from where you have to learn and keep progressing.
Oh, absolutely. And if you think about it, even a batter who scores 150 every 4 matches, he's considered world class. So he has failed 3 times. And the fourth inning, when he gets a 50, his average is above 40 plus. We think, wow, what a player he is. So that's the ethos of cricket. You will make errors, you will fail, but it's about getting up the next day.
That is why, in the end, he continued scoring and never got out and retired at the peak after 4 centuries. What a great player.
Absolute legend of the game, Sangha. He faced so many hardships, lost so many big finals, or cracked sweetly by Neil, and he will keep the strike for the final over of the day. 77 for 3.
So here comes the last over. Desert Cups B team miles behind. The first ball from Ibrahim, a perfect Yorker. He tried to dig it out. I like the confidence with which Ibrahim returns to the bowling run-up, and here he bowls. And an uppy shot, and it has been dropped. That was a shot played with no plan and not getting hold, and lucky to be there. Ibrahim moves in. Good drive, gets a single. Neil is on 26. Sean Anthony on 14. Score is 79 for 3. 3 more balls in this match to go. And what do we say about this shot? No shot was played. Two more to go. Ibrahim is bowling a brilliant over. Once again, a reckless shot. And this time, Ibrahim gets a wicket. And one more wicket falls. There is a consultation as to whether it was it checking the no ball, or No, it is fine. It is, the batsman is declared out. The new batsman is Damir Ali. And that's the end of the match. A bye taken. The ball kept low. Batsman went for a rash stroke. And Desert Cups A has recorded an emphatic victory. They bowled well, they batted well, they produced an A performance to prove that they are the A team. And we have the scoreboard now. Arshil Hussain scored 9, Sarang Anil Kumar entered double figures, scored 10, Nimika scored 6, Sean Anthony remained unbeaten on 14, Neil on 26, and Damir Ali, who did not get a strike. And here are the bowling. Aradhya Sharma did not get a wicket, but bowled well for 19. Mohammad Ibrahim 2 for 23. Ashish Manikandan no wicket for 14. Daksh Noronha none for 11, and Fadi Kukud 1 for 10, and Akshad Rai 1 for 3. And Desert Cubs A won the match by 85 runs. A really remarkable performance. Desert Cup A, after scoring 165 for 3. Riding on Hriday's 54, Aryan Chopra's 41, Akshat Rai's 21 not out, and Rakesh Murari's 17. And the bowlers that stood out are Damir Ali for 1 for 14, Sujal Desai 1 for 25, and Tanmay Sharma 1 for 18. And Sarang Anil Kumar bowled well, but gave away 12 runs, did not get a wicket. Desert Cubs B scored 80 for 4 in 20 overs, with Neil scoring 26, Sean Anthony 14 not out, Sarang Anil Kumar 10, and Arshil Hussain 9. The wicket takers, Mohammad Ibrahim led the bowling attack with 2 for 23, Fadi Kukud 1 for 10, Akshad Rai 1 for 3, and Daksh Noranhu no wicket for 11 runs. And Desert Cup A win by 85 runs. Now we will go down